Hello, and may the 4th be with you. Welcome to your writer's workshop, your morning warm-up from Playwright's Workshop Montreal, and Jesse Stong. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. I hope that you are taking care of yourself. Oh, good morning, Tamara. Hello, everybody. Oh, Katie Swift. Hello. So today we're going to do a really great writing activity. Actually, we're going to do a lot of little writing. We're going to try to do a lot of writing, so I'm not going to talk too much. Today we are exploring stage directions. And before you change that channel and say, stage direction, that's so boring, let me tell you, by talking about stage directions and looking at stage directions, you're going to uncrack your whole story. You can reveal so much about your play. Also, if you're somebody who's not writing a play, maybe you're writing a book, maybe you're writing a poem, maybe you're just writing creative writing. We're still talking about more the scenes, the work that's outside of the dialogues, the internal dialogues, the external dialogues, right? So every story has descriptive sections, and these sections tend to be the ones that your people skip over, that the readers skip over. They skip to the dialogue, whether they're reading a book or whether they're reading a play. Really quickly, I hope my mic's working okay. Hi, Justin. Hi, everybody. I want to do my, oh my gosh, I'm such a mess today. I want to do my charity link. Today it's the 519. The 519 is in Toronto. They're an organization that helps LGBTQ people who need support, street-involved people, new immigrants. They've been doing a lot of COVID-19 stuff. Resources, information, go to the 519 website. If you donate and give me a proof of receipt, I'll give you some feedback on your writing for free. That's my agreement here. So, I want to read a stage direction from Michel Tremblay. And please let me explain stage directions before you skip to the next video, because it's really important. They're the glue that holds your whole story together. Michel Tremblay is one of his best stage directions. And thank you, Stephen, from my Young Creators Unit, for sending this to me. A strange and powerful energy emanates from this house, as if the house of the entire world had taken place here. Oh, sorry, as if the history of the entire world had taken place here. I'm a nerd, and I like grant writing, and I like report writing, and I really love stage directions for reasons like this. It's like, he doesn't say it's a yellow house on stage left with flowers that make you feel this and that. No, he shows us what his setting looks like. A strange and powerful energy emanates from this house, as if the history of the entire world has taken place here. It says everything without saying anything, right? Specific, right? A lot of people don't like stage directions because they say you have to leave it up to the director and the actors to interpret, but if you can give them some poetic guidance, if you can show them what you're wanting emotionally, it's going to help reveal them. And lazy writing is saying, oh, let the director, let the editors, let the readers figure it out, right? It's the same with descriptive paragraphs. If you want people to keep reading in those sections where there's no dialogue, where there's no action, you have to electrify those descriptive parts, right? It's the same with a painting. People look at the central focus of a painting, and often they'll miss completely things that are in the background. And so I want you to think about the same thing with your writing. I'm like a Canadiana writer, so a lot of my stage directions, you'll never hear me say spotlight, or you'll never hear me say stage left, stage right. My plays exist in the world of nature, right? So instead of lights up, I say sunrises. Instead of dark stage, I say a clouds, like dark thunder clouds. I use nature to make my stage directions alive. That's my style. I was thinking about the play Noises Off, which is very technical, right? And it's a little problematic too, but that's okay. But Noises Off is like a farce with really quick comedy, and so its stage directions are very technical, very specific, very short and punchy with a little bit of humor, right? Your stage directions, your descriptive paragraphs, they have to have the texture and the feel of your story, and by focusing on them, you can learn a lot about your story. So a few questions I want you to just think about this. You can write it down if you want, but just think. Is my play funny or dramatic? My stage directions should be that way. Is my play fantastical and mythical, or natural and real and natural? Am I looking for precise, punchy stage directions, like boom, bang, boom? Or am I looking for flowing, wandering stage directions that like entice you and take you on a journey? Am I trying to do poetic fragments of stage directions, or very specific, technical stage directions, right? It's all about the type of play that you're writing, or the type of story. What is all this about? Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is we're going to do a bunch of little 1-minute writing. Oh, I stopped to look at the comments. David French's stage directions are really good in Saltwater Moon. That's true, actually. Those are amazing stage directions. And actually, anything you have either when you think about stage directions, what's your challenge? What's your issue? Write it in the comments as we go, and I'll try to have time at the end. So we're going to do 1 minute writing bursts. So I'm going to tell you something. You're going to write for 1 minute. Get ready. Get your hands stretched. We're going to try to write some stage directions, descriptive writing, writing that doesn't have dialogue, that doesn't have character maybe. And what you're going to do is just free write. Be messy, write blah, 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 write fast. This is like a cheat sheet for you to use later. It's not your finished product, so don't sit, don't edit. You have 1 minute. I'm going to try to do 7 of them with you. Oh, I talk too much. Okay, let's go. So the first thing I want you to do for a stage direction, 1 minute, try to make it feel like the flavor of your play or your story. I want you to write about someone in your story's morning routine. And if you don't have an idea, then do your morning routine from this morning. You have 1 minute, describe it. Make it funny if it's funny, make it serious if it's serious, poetic, whatever. Ready? 1 minute, describe someone's morning routine. 1 minute, go. Every detail. Fly hasn't started his. Make it feel like your story. Ten more seconds. We're just playing. Keep going. So this can be a whole new section, or it can be just continuing what you're doing, but something breaks. Make it a moment. How do you describe something breaking in the language and feeling of your piece? 1 minute. Something breaks. Go. What does it mean? It's broken. Ten more seconds. You're just playing with stage directions. No pressure. 2, 1. I want you to give us the first day of winter. Describe that location in the flavor of your piece. Describe it funny or fantastical. Describe it really short and technically. But it's the first day of winter. Does your place have winter? What does winter look like there? Go. 1 minute. How is winter different in your story? Ten more seconds. Give me another winter sentence. Okay? I want you to give me a dramatic moment of silence where something is said between two people silently. Don't tell us what's said, just describe the feeling that's exchanged between them. 1 minute, go. How did they exchange the silence? Physically? Psychically? How did it change the energy of the room? 10 more seconds. How did this silent exchange end? How did they know it was over? I'll give you 20 seconds. This is the last one. It's really important. Really try to do this as well as you can. Describe your style of stage directions in your style of stage directions. So if you were at a party and you had to tell someone, what are your stage directions like in this play? Describe them in the tone and voice of your stage directions. It's kind of meta. Go for it. 1 more minute. You're just looking for words you can use later. Don't polish it. 15 more seconds. What's one word to describe your stage directions? And actually put that one word in the comments. We'll talk about it. We have 3 minutes. Finish up. 10 more seconds. So it's one of those things like, I study neuroscience a lot because I'm really into that. I don't know about you, but glial cells are like the dark matter of the brain. They're these, the part of the brain that they used to think didn't do anything. They thought glial cells were just like 100 million times more than our neurons, and yet they didn't do anything. They just held the brain together like glue, right? And then they discovered through microscopes getting more microscopic that every time something happens in the brain, any electrical activity, a flash of electricity goes through all the glial cells. So any little thing happening in any part of your brain is aware by the whole brain, thanks to the glial cells being this like complete connection, right? These glial cells that looked like they were just these empty filler spaces holding the story together actually electrify and become the whole story, right? And I think the same thing is true with stage directions. A lot of people, like, you'll meet directors who say, I don't read stage directions, I skip right through them. And it's like, how dare you, right? Like, I read them 750 times. You could read them once, right? And my stage directions, to me, they like give you the feeling I'm looking for. And then the same type of people who don't read the stage directions are the type that overwrite the stage directions. Like Bernard Shaw's stage directions are 5 pages long and you have to follow them word for word. Or is it Bernard Shaw? Maybe it's somebody else. I might have mixed that up. But anyways, I read 3 to 5 scripts a day. So I can tell when people have put energy into their stage directions to make it a part of the story, to electrify it, to give it gravity, to make me want to read them, versus somebody who's like rushing, trying to let me decide what it means or trying to tell me what to do, right? It's a fine art, stage directions. Let's read some comments here. Some people say stage directions, like Joanna's stage directions, are non-existent, right? And that's a big problem. People are like, leave them out, which is fine. Maybe you don't want to give them anything. Maybe you want the directors to totally have complete control of your story, but giving them just a little hint of what you picture, of what you see, a little word, a little taste, right? Here's a good Kat Sandler one I want to read. They sit in silence. Mustard makes an annoying sound, blows in her ear, something smallish yet completely infuriating. If you have a sibling, you'll know what that is. Like, I love that. She didn't tell you what they said. She didn't tell you what it means. She just said, if you have a sibling, you'll know. So we get that playfulness, right? We get that sibling rivalry feeling. She gave us all these feelings, showing, not telling, right? So show and tell that you care with a share, even though it's the stage direction one and people skip it. Don't skip your stage directions. In fact, take some time where you just read your stage directions, just edit your stage directions. Separate some time out to give them their own energy. It'll be the glial cells that hold your whole story together. Please share the videos if you can, like the videos if you can, write in the comments. Sometimes I hear my stage direction in Ron Howard's voice from Arrested Development. And that's probably because you write a lot of funny stuff. I know Justin, so I know that comment. And that's like, it gives you a sense of what's the tone of the story. It's like comical, it's satirical, but it's also nostalgic. It's Ron Howard's kind of voice, right? We're done already, Tamara. Sorry about it. But that's it for today. But don't forget, you can always rewatch the old videos and just do a new character, do a new story, try to do it again. All those activities I've been doing for like 15 years, and I do them over and over again. They always work. So like and share if you care. Thank you all for coming. Have a good day. Love you all. Love the brain analogy. I love the brain too. Thank you. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good week. Come back on Friday, 10:15, ready to write. See you then. Bye.